is happening, everybody? Happy Tuesday to all of you. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. There were some things popping off this weekend as far as gaming stuff, Final Fantasy VII Remake stuff goes. One of the things that's a recent development is the official rating is out for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and it's pretty interesting. There were a few things that we already knew, like, for instance, they confirmed blood, alcohol, tobacco use, all that kind of stuff. There is something in here that may point to the big moment that everybody's been wanting to see. Now, it could be a few other things, and we will dive into that. But before we get into this breakdown, please subscribe to the channel, throw a like on the video, share it around, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your grandma, anybody who is into this stuff, let them know, let us grow, let us keep rocking on this journey. So, anyway, let's get right into this. We already knew the ESRB rating was going to be, I think we were debating on whether it was going to be teen or mature, or if it had to be mature to have blood and stuff like that. And so, officially, it is going to be teen, blood, language, mild suggestive themes, use of alcohol and tobacco, violence, no interactive elements. Okay, so this is something we were pretty much like, yeah, this is probably going to be the case right here, right? Especially the use of alcohol and tobacco. See it high wind, anybody? I know the alcohol was in Remake, but the use of tobacco, and that could be Scarlet too, but I think we'll definitely see Sid. Here is the meat and potatoes of what we're going to get into. So, rating summary. This is an action role-playing game in which players follow the story of a mercenary, Cloud Strife, on a quest to save the planet from evil. Players explore fantasy landscapes, perform missions, and battle monsters and soldiers in frenetic melee combat. Characters use swords, staffs, guns, and magic spells to fight monsters and human soldiers. Now, when it says characters use, I don't think it's talking about just the random grunts that you fight against. Of course, it could be, but if you're talking about your main characters and stuff, it's definitely Barrett, right? It's definitely Barrett, and it could also be talking about Vincent, because he will accompany you in the party. I feel you're just not going to play as him. It'll be like a Red 13 situation for Remake. We've covered all that. You all know that already. Combat is highlighted by impact sounds, cries of pain, and explosions. Cutscenes depict further instances of violence, sometimes with splatters, pools of blood, characters impaled or slashed by swords, sometimes with slow motion effects. Yo, who gets impaled? Who gets impaled? And that would be a slow motion moment. Slow motion. You guys, I think they're gonna do it. Based on reading this, I really think they're gonna do it. I think Aerith's gonna get skewered from behind, but who does it? But who's gonna do it? That's the question. It can't be Cloud. I think it still has to be Sephiroth. I think it still has to be Sephiroth. Honestly, would it be juicy for it to be Cloud or Zack? Yeah, but the character can't come back from that. The character wouldn't be able to. There's no redemption from that. Not as far as like the characters in the story and stuff, because they would never recover from that. Like, even if they became good and not under the spell and all this other kind of stuff, like, mentally that character would never have a happy ending. They would never come back from that. And we know Zack, he does have a happy ending because he gets to go off into the live stream with Aerith. We know that. An assassin throwing a spinning blade at a targeted figure. Characters shot by soldiers. See, that's why I'm saying when it says characters, I think it means your characters, not the characters in the game. Because specifically why it says that right there, characters shot by soldiers. Your characters. Not the random grunts and stuff in the game. So that goes back to my previous point when I was talking about that. So some female characters are designed with revealing outfits, e.g. deep cleavage. I think we know who that is. I think we know who that is. Suggestive dialogue sometimes accompanies camera panning, close-ups of characters' bodies, outfits. E.g., just admit it, you're obviously captivated by bodacious beach bod. Is that... Please let that be a Hojo line. Please let that be a Hojo line. Oh my god, please. The game contains some alcohol content. As Cloud, players can drink a version of moonshine while at a bar. Cutscenes sometimes feature drunk characters slurring their speech. A handful of scenes depict characters smoking cigars, or out of hookahs, the word asshole and prick appear in the game. Wait, is prick a cuss word? Prick. Huh, never knew that. Anyway, so this is pretty fascinating stuff. Like, when you look at the whole of what they're talking about here, some of the rating stuff, some of the things that they're breaking down, it is definitely clear something is going to happen. Now, with the slow motion slash, we've seen that in the trailer. That's one of the things I want to talk about. We saw that in the second trailer, I think it was, where Sephiroth was trying to deceive or confuse Cloud as to who Tifa could really be when he slashes her in the reactor and she goes flying off the stairs. That was a slow motion slash shot. So, but the stuff with the impalement is very, very intriguing to me, because I'm trying to think. We know that Barrett got impaled in the first game in Remake, but it wasn't accompanied by like blood splatter and all that other kind of stuff. Right now, could it be another character getting impaled? Sure. Now, one of the things I want to clarify though is, I think in this, when it says characters, it's talking about the characters you control. Obviously, it could. I don't think they look at Scarlet and like Rufus or whatever. Those are characters, but I don't think that this is what it's talking about. I think this is talking about like the characters you directly control and that you would feel a loss from, or something like that. That you are designed to feel the emotion that they are feeling. Like the experience is catered to that. So I think really this is pretty revealing. I think that impalement could be talking about Aerith. I really feel like, I think Aerith should die like she does in the original game. And I think it should be around the end of this game, because, when Cloud goes on the live stream, the most important part of Final Fantasy VII, the most important part of the whole story, anything they've done in the compilation, anything, I will die on that hill. The most important part of this game is when Cloud is in the live stream, figuring out who he is, dealing with his trauma, dealing with his emotional damage and his psychological damage, and Tifa helping him with that, walking through that with him. If Aerith is still alive, well, it's like, well, why wouldn't Aerith go with him in the live stream? And, she understands the workings of that thing. Part of the whole reason the party is reeling is because Aerith is dead, and Sid Highwind takes over leadership of the party, and Tifa's in the live stream with Cloud, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So I think to keep the real emotion of it there, and to keep it as tense and as engaged as possible, I think Aerith should die. And I think that's what this is talking about. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. Throw a comment in the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And I'll be interested to see what you all think about this rating. Until next time, you all have a great day. Be safe, be good to each other, keep rocking. I will see you all in the next video. Please let Hojo have the line, "You're obviously just captivated by my bodacious beach bod." Please let that be a Hojo line. I'm going to sign off on that. You all take care.
I want to say a quick thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members and supporters. If you would like to support the future creation of content on this channel, get some few extra perks and some art sent to your door every month, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Details and links are in the video description.